Hey guys, I hope you're all doing amazing today. I really hope you're all like having a great day. I hope you all are having a great life. So anyway, I I have an intention for this video. So my intention for this video is it's okay, it's almost like I have two intentions for this video. One intention is that maybe I might do a pick a card reading for what needs to be illuminated in your life at this time. I feel like I wanted to do a full moon reading, a full moon pick a card reading on that subject, as the full moon is something that does kind of illuminate certain things for you to see in your life. But I feel like, you know, that was a few days ago now, maybe the full moon was. And I feel like my time has kind of passed for that. I mean, maybe it hasn't. I don't know. For how I feel like my time has passed to do a full moon reading. Yet I still do want to do what needs to be what is being illuminated for you at this time. So that is an intention, to do a pick a card reading of like what needs to be illuminated for you in your life right now at this time. But also, I just feel like there's a part of me that just kind of wants to flow with universal energy and see where that takes us. I don't know, man. So I don't know what this video title is going to be. You guys know what this video title is before I do, because I'm not going to title this video until I am done recording, and then I'll see what this video is going to be all about, and then I'll title it that. So you guys are in the know before I am. I just kind of have this feeling of wanting to just kind of breathe and kind of let go of myself a little bit and just see what comes up from that. So we might get a little bit of chit chat in the beginning of this video, and then we might go into the pick a card reading, or I might just kind of let this video just be a chit chat, and then I'll maybe do a separate pick a card tarot reading for another video. We'll see what happens. Depends on how long this chit chatty part takes. Okay, where to begin? Cycles. I think that's a good place to begin. It just feels like that's something that's been at least illuminated for me in my life, is cycles, and being able to pick up on them and go with them. Because I feel like for me, I've been kind of, one of the lessons I feel like in my life have been to kind of go more with the flow of life, the flow of the universe. And I feel like there's just times in my life where things are just like not going the way I want them to go, or things aren't happening the way I want them to happen, or I think I've got the hang of something for a while, and then it kind of all gets all, I want to say crabobbled, but I don't know if that's a word. I heard it from like the Grinch, I think. Cindy Lou Who. Anyway. But yeah, I feel like sometimes things just, I think I have a hang of life, and then I get thrown a curveball, and I think that's by design. You know, it's necessary to learn how to be more prepared for life. And yeah, you kind of, curveballs are necessary. Curveballs are vital, but they're also very frustrating. And sometimes I kind of tend to get lost when the curveballs hit. And yeah, I just feel lost. I'm kind of like, I mean, I'm just like, there's just feeling this exhausted feeling of constantly being thrown these curveballs and then being like fucking, sorry, being just like beat up. like like these curveballs kick the shit out of me, and I'm getting tired of being kicked the shit out of. And so what I'm saying is like, I feel like I'm kind of learning that the curveballs will continue to come, but it's up to me, or rather it's important for me to realize that these curveballs don't have to destroy me. They don't have to bring me to the floor, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to take a beating without being like destroyed. And I feel like a lot of that has to do with what I've kind of come into awareness of, is that when it beats me down to a pulp, it's because I'm not going with the flow of the universe. At least in my perspective, it feels like I am just resisting in some way. And I feel like I've been learning a lot about kind of the flow of the universe from nature, and like just really meditating. I need to meditate more. I know that, because meditating helps. Sometimes meditating is boring for me. I feel like sometimes I'm just like in my mind too much. I'm in my mind too much. I feel like I'm an overthinker. I'm just constantly kind of in my head, and there's not enough kind of like action coming from like ideas or things in my mind. I kind of tend to just stay in the mind and just like make it go, 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 to the point where like there are things that I know are like there's good ideas and stuff, but I'm kind of having a tough time organizing my brain. It's constantly like scattered and just like all like these thoughts and ideas and like over thoughts, and thinking of the future and reminiscing about the past, and it's all just kind of like mixed in one like big bowl and just kind of like swirling and swirling. And sometimes I'm just like, where was that idea? And I'm just like, yeah, it's like I have this big purse. Okay, this is what's popping up in my head, and how it's like how I'm thinking here. It's like I have this big purse, and I just shove all of my things all in this purse. There's not like any like separating pockets or anything dividing certain items. Everything's just thrown in there. So if I need to remember something, I'm like just like rummaging through this humongous purse, like trying to find what it is that I need, when it would be a lot easier if I had like a wallet for like money and cards and coins, and then like another pocket for like chapsticks or makeup or this or that, and then like another section for this or that or blah blah blah. And I feel like that's kind of what I'm trying to learn how to do for myself, because I'm a scatterbrain. Like, and it's like very, it's not good. It's very scattered, and there's no like compartments for certain things, so that when I need to remember an idea, when I need to remember what my priorities are, or what I need to do for like my son, if he has like something that I need to you know, he's got to wear this on this day. He's got to bring this by this day. He's got to study for this test on this day. You know, I have to, sometimes I'm like, oh shit, like Ben has to have this thing on Friday, or like, you know, something like that. Or like, I've got to make a doctor appointment for Penny, you know. Sometimes I just, it's not bad to the point where like I'm neglecting my children in a worrisome manner, but it's almost to the point where I'm doing everything last minute. So yeah, so it's almost like it's so chaotic. It's chaotic. Yeah. So it's not the point where I'm like neglecting my children. I don't want to, I'm not saying that, but it is to the point where I'm just like, oh Jesus, like, oh God, I gotta do this. Oh God, I gotta do this. And then it gets really chaotic to the point where it's like, it's me. It's me that's kind of having a hard time doing this, you know, like everything is almost like last minute, and then it gets chaotic and blah, blah, blah. And it's been a pattern for me. And recently it's come to a point where I'm just like, I'm tired of the chaos in my brain. I'm tired of the chaos in my mind. And yeah, I'm really trying to figure that out. And I've been contemplating, no, I think, you know, I want to find a therapist because I can't do this myself. I can't, you know, like, and there's another part of me that's very like, I don't need anyone's help, and I'm not sure like where that stems from or whatever, but just like, I feel very, I guess I have a lot of pride. I feel like I need to do things myself. I need to fix myself, you know, like my issues are my responsibility, but like, and sometimes I have a hard time feeling like I can ask for help, or I feel guilty for asking other people to help me. And that's another thing that I need to deal with, which is why I'm like, I feel like at this point in my life, I'm really kind of like seeing my scatterbrain for what it really is, and really like, that's not good. It's causing so much stress in my life. And I want help. Like, I want help. I don't want to go through that chaos anymore. I want to be able to be on top of like the things for my son at school, for doctor's appointments, for, you know, my son and my daughter, and to be able to take care of myself. Like, I want to make sure I'm getting like good exercise in, making sure I'm moving my body. I want to make sure I'm moving my body. I want to make sure that I'm eating good, because mental health has been a little bit of a struggle for me all my life. I mean, at least since I was like a teenager. I've kind of struggled with anxiety and depression. I haven't had depression since I was a teenager, luckily. But yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. It's scattered in here. So I'm just gonna go. But that's the point of this video. I just kind of wanted to attempt flow. And I wanted to attempt flow in this video because I want to be, and I just want to be my authentic self and not fucking care how I look or how I may come off. I just want to be me. I want to be raw and just like, this is me. Like, I'm not perfect, but I mean well. I'm not perfect, but I mean well. I have so much love in my heart for the world. I want the best for the world. I mean, I may talk shit to be funny sometimes, but I really, at the core of my heart, want everybody to be happy and to be able to live with each other without like hate and like judgment. And I just really mean well, but I am also, there's a lot of work I need to do, and I'm not perfect, and that's okay. And I want to be okay with not being like perfect. That's another thing that I struggle with sometimes. I feel a lot of guilt for not being a way that I think I need to be. Sometimes when I'm sick, I feel guilty that I'm neglecting my family because I'm sick, and it's ridiculous. And I'm just like, realize that. Why am I feeling guilty for something I can't control? And I feel like that's another thing. Sometimes I try to micromanage my life, and that's when I go against the flow of the universe, and that's when life is able, not necessarily life is able, but I'm allowing life to knock me on my fucking ass. Sorry if you curse words trigger you. But yeah, I feel like I'm really just trying to go with the flow of life, go with the flow of the universe. Try not to resist the flow as much as possible, because I know once I resist, that's when it knocks me on my ass. But yeah, so, there's a lot of things that I'm working on. There's a lot of things that has been illuminated for me, like smack in my face. Like, these are your issues. This is what, just feelings that are surfacing that I'm like, that surface in a cyclical manner, like certain feelings that are constantly popping up at certain times. And they're surfacing so I can deal with them, so that I can, release them, so that I know how to deal with them. So, yeah, there's a lot of things that have been illuminated for me, which is why I felt like I wanted to do a reading for you guys, like a pick a card reading for like what's being illuminated for you. So, because sometimes we don't want to see the things that are being illuminated for us, because usually those things are challenging or uncomfortable or hard. It's not always easy to confront yourself, especially if you have like traumas that you have suppressed or ignored, that maybe came from a past experience with as a child, or with a group of people, family, friends, relationships, whatever it is that may have caused trauma. And trauma doesn't have to be a super like crazy, like traumatic experience. It could be just, something that you experienced that you weren't super aware of at that time or something. I know that kind of didn't make sense. Maybe it did. I don't know. Hopefully it did. But, certain things that you're not super aware of, that you like had to deal with a certain situation in a way that you almost like kind of left your body. I hope this is making sense. But yeah, like there's just things that if there's just things that we experience, and if we don't know how to fix or handle certain experiences, I think we get kind of numb and just allow things to happen because we don't know how to figure it out. And so some of those kind of things get like locked in our subconscious, and then later down the road, those kind of things surface for you to like deal with, almost like, so if you're not familiar with trauma, what happens in, at least when you're a child, if you're a child and you go through traumatic experiences, what happens is it's almost like you kind of become numb to a situation that's traumatic, especially as a child, because a child isn't developed to deal with traumatic things. So if a child has to deal with or has experienced something very traumatic, they're not built to deal with that kind of thing yet. Hell, even grown-ups, have trouble dealing with traumatic things. Their PTSD is a thing for a reason, in like war and stuff. But yeah, if you don't know how to deal with a traumatic experience, you kind of become numb, or almost like you have an out-of-body experience, to where, whatever's happening to you is just kind of like happening. And then you're kind of like, I'm going to go ahead and like leave this situation because it's too traumatic and I don't know how to deal with it. And then you come back into your body, or you come to you come to and then you deal with it, but you're not really dealing with it. And so like later in life, that kind of experience or situation or those memories kind of get thrown into the subconscious mind, and then they resurface at a time where your body, your mind, your heart, your soul, whatever you want to call it, feels like you're ready to start dealing with this situation. And so yeah, so that's, I feel like those feelings are going to surface for you because they want to be healed, because they're like, okay, you separated yourself from the situation because you didn't know how to deal with it, but you eventually have to deal with it. You eventually have to feel it and be able to be like, I don't like this feeling, I release it. And it's not as easy as that, but in a larger picture, that's kind of what's happening. And so for me, I feel like I realized that there's this cycle happening, and that certain specific feelings or illuminations are surfacing for me, resurfacing, because it happens a lot. And when I recommend writing in a journal, at least that it works for me, because I can really like go back and like read like, okay, this thing, this like, there's this one like reoccurring feeling that keeps resurfacing, that keeps knocking me down. And in a way you can kind of pinpoint, what you need to work on, what's surfacing for you, and, so you can kind of deal with that. And sometimes if you don't know how to deal with that, maybe a therapist is something that it would be helpful for you. Or, depending on, your viewpoint, your religion, whatever works for you. If you need help, if you can't, sorry, I just burped. If you can't work through something yourself, like, it's okay to ask for help. Like that, and that's what I'm learning. Like, I write my journal, and there's, certain things that resurface for me again and again. And it's like, there's some things that I'm able to work through, but there are some things that have still been like kind of resurfacing, that I'm just like, okay, I know what it is, but I don't know how to straighten it out. I don't know how to let it go. I don't know how to fix this. That's when, ask for help and admit to yourself that you need help. So yeah, that's what's going on with me. some things are resurfacing, and some of those things are what I had just explained. And yeah, that's what's going on with me. I didn't expect this to be as personal as this got, but okay, whatever. It feels good. It feels like I'm releasing stuff. It feels like I'm having a good cry without crying. Sometimes crying is good. Sometimes I'll just be super stressed and I could feel a cry coming. Sometimes I could feel a cry coming for like a few days. And then I'm like, oh wow, I thought I might cry today, but I didn't. And then the next day I'm like, I thought I might cry today too, but I didn't. And then after like the third or fourth day, I will have this huge, huge cry. And then afterward, it'll feel so good. It will feel so good to get it out. And I'm just like, I should have just let it out when it wanted to come out, instead of just like holding it in and thinking I'm so strong for not like crying. And it's so funny. Sometimes I'll like have a big cry and kind of like think of all that and just start laughing, because I'm just like, you needed to cry. You needed to let it out. Like, there's nothing wrong with crying. There's nothing wrong with releasing. Just let it out. It wants to come out, let it out. And so like I've had a crying experience like that where I just let it out, and then I was thinking of like, it just needed to come out, and I would just like start laughing, and it's great. It's great. All right. So this felt nice to just let it out and just, I don't know, be vulnerable and be okay with being vulnerable and being not perfect and being okay with being not perfect. And also like, yeah, just like being okay with not being okay, because ultimately you know you're going to be okay. So yeah, I just want to be okay, man. I just want to be okay with not being okay. I just want to be okay with who I am. And who I am is a good person with good intentions, with a lot of love for the world, with a lot of hope for the world, and belief that the world can be good and will be good. And it is, but I believe the world is good. I know some people kind of have a pessimistic view of the world because all of the horrible things that happen in it, but I believe that on a core level, it's good. It just might be a little bit lost, right? I mean, who isn't lost? I mean, the whole human race, it's almost like if the human race was just one entity and I wasn't that entity, if I was like kind of looking at this entity from a subjective point of view or an objective point of view, I would say, where are your parents? You know what I mean? Do you guys know what I mean when I say that? Like, it almost feels like we are all just kind of like, if we were all to be put in one little like person, we'd be like, who put you here? Like, where did you come? Where are your parents? Where's the guide? You know what I mean? And like I was saying before, did I say this before? Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Let's say it again. I have been learning to go with the flow of the universe by nature. I have this beautiful tree in my front yard, and she is just, sometimes I'll just sit outside or I'll sit in my room and meditate. And it's very helpful for me to get into a good, like, calming and like quieting my mind meditation state when I kind of focus on the tree in my front yard, because she's very, I feel like it's a she. I don't know. It feels like a she. She feels very like confident and grounded. Obviously she's a tree. She's rooted into the ground. Of course she's grounded, but that's what I mean. Like she when I connect with her energy, when I'm like meditating, it's helpful to focus on her because she's so grounded. And that's, I need to be grounded sometimes because I'm so in my head sometimes that I forget to be present and grounded in my experience, and that I am a participant in this life and in this experience, instead of like, sometimes I'm just at an observant point in my head to the point where I don't participate in life. And so, yeah, it's helpful for me to focus on the tree in my front yard because it just helps me to be grounded, and it helps me to remember that it's okay to be me in all stages of me. But it's also important to listen to my body and to listen to the cycles and to pay attention to the cycles and my experience so that I'm able to, you know, learn from it. I don't know why I yelled that. I mean, I think I'm yelling at myself. Learn from it, Jerry. But yeah, the tree in my front yard helps me a lot. And right now, as we are moving into the fall season, her green leaves are slowly turning red, and it's really beautiful, and I'm really enjoying it. And every time I see like a red leaf fall on the ground, I don't know, I get so like, I'm just like, it's so pretty. And she's just like changing beautifully. She's not resisting the change. She's allowing her colors to change. It's normal. She's not freaking out about it. She's not confused. She's not lost. She is completely in the flow of the universe, of nature, of the world, of Earth. And sometimes I'm like, yeah, I need to go in that flow too. Like, I want to be in that flow too. Because, like I said, when life knocks me down, it's because I'm resisting it. Like, the tree in my front yard, it's been hot. It's been freaking hot. This is Texas heat, and it's been freaking hot. And she's just been like, okay. And now it was 50 degrees this morning. We're going into the fall season. And she's like, okay. And then it's going to get freezing in like January or February. Maybe it'll snow again like it did the last couple of years. Hopefully not as bad as the year before last. We didn't. But maybe it'll snow again. And she's going to be like, okay. And that's what I want to channel that energy. I want to just be okay with all the cycles of life and all the cycles of myself. And I will be, because I intend to. Because I intend to lead a happy, fun, joyful life full of goodness and happiness and laughter and smiles. We could all eat and be happy. Anyway, that was from Mean Girls, if you didn't know. Yeah, so okay, it's been 33 minutes. I'm gonna stop here, and I'm gonna end this video at this. So it's looking like this video was just me talking, a little chit chat, a little chit chatty talk, a little chit chat talk. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Oh, okay. Is there anything else we need to talk about? Is there anything else I want to talk about? I don't think so. Okay. All right. I think I'm going to end this video right here. I love you guys. I hope you guys are enjoying your lives. I hope you guys are enjoying your lives, even when it's hard, even when it's challenging, even when it knocks you on your ass like it does mine. I hope you guys are enjoying your life. Enjoy your life, enjoy your kids, enjoy your partner, enjoy your job. And if you don't enjoy your job, do something about it. Think of something you can do so that you're able to enjoy your life, and to cut out things that are draining you, to cut out people that are draining you, and to kind of get out of your comfort zone a little bit, to experience things, to experience, yeah, you may experience uncomfortable situations, but you also might experience amazing situations and meet amazing people. And I don't know if I'm telling this to you or if I'm telling this to me. Maybe I'm telling it to all of us, to both of us. But I just really want your life to be amazing. And I want my life to be amazing. And I want us to do all the things that align with that idea. And I believe in the world. I believe in humanity, that we can do this. We can figure out how to live a more united life with each other and have fun and be happy and coexist peacefully. Anyway, okay. For real. I'm ending this video right here now. Okay. So that's all I got for you guys today. I just wanted to talk. Man. Just like let you guys know what's up. What's going on? How I'm feeling. I just wanted to allow today. I just wanted to flow today. And in this video. And hopefully, no. I will flow today. I'm going to flow today. I am in alignment with the flow of the universe. Say it with me, people. Okay. That's it. I love you guys. Have a good day. Goodbye.